Welcome to our video series where we explain how Bitcoin works. There are four primary technologies that power Bitcoin: blockchain, proof of work, cryptography, and the open peer-to-peer network. Let's start off with blockchain. So blockchain, simply put, is an open, fully traceable database shared by thousands of computers. Its unique method of storing information makes it nearly impossible to change data entered in the past. Every database entry is organized into blocks. Each new block is built on top of the last one, forming an unbroken chain of blocks from the very first Genesis block to the most recent. This data can't be altered, and it's all linked using clever cryptography. We'll go into further details about cryptography during our next clip. Typical centralized databases require a controller or trusted third party to store information, such as an IT specialist cloud computing company. In contrast, a blockchain is a public shared database where every participating node or computer agrees on what entries belong on-chain, and they share their copy with everyone else. In blockchains, it's hard to change an existing entry because it's really noticeable. You'd have to hack every individual computer and change the entry in every one. This is really costly. Here's a demo of what blockchain does. It's only possible to add information to blockchain. Editing or deleting data is not possible. As a demo, let's try and change some transactions. As you can see, the entire database looks different now because all subsequent entries were built on top of block 2, and it's really noticeable that something changed. Changing a small detail in blockchain completely changes the entire structure of the block. Since the other nodes have their own copy, the edit that we made is easily discovered and would be rejected by all the other nodes. Bitcoin's blockchain is unique because it provides a way to keep data secure without the need to trust a central entity like a company or a bank. Central parties tend to be targets for hackers, charge high fees, and can change their terms at any time. Visa last year had an outage that affected millions of dollars worth of payments. This is because Visa uses a centralized infrastructure. The Bitcoin network, in contrast, has no centralized point of failure. It can't go down easily because its blockchain is decentralized, and each participant works together to defend the network against failures. Blockchain technology can offer a single source of information that anyone can trust and use, eliminating the need for intermediaries or middlemen. Transaction-based activities like crowdfunding, ownership record keeping, and contracts have potential to be transformed by blockchain technology. As such, there are many companies offering enterprise blockchains or private blockchains built for businesses. It's important to recognize, however, that there are flaws with private blockchains. Bitcoin's blockchain is open and borderless, allowing for anyone to participate. Since anyone can participate, it allows for decentralization, letting thousands of participants join. The more participants, the more places an attacker needs to hit in order to successfully manipulate the data. If it was a private blockchain and there are just 3 nodes participating, for example, it's not as secure because it would be easier to manipulate the data on 3 computers than it would be on 3,000. This is why permissioned private blockchains or enterprise blockchains aren't really as secure as an open public one. If it's a restricted network, it's maintained by an entity that you need to trust. And if it's maintained by an entity, that's a point of centralization. A restricted network also means there are fewer nodes or computers participating, making it easier for a bad actor to gain control and endanger the entire network. A private network is much more vulnerable to hacks and data manipulation. If it's not immutable, then it's not much better than a regular database. In summary, blockchain is a database where previous information can't be altered without the changes being noticed. There are multiple copies of the database, making a unified attack impossible. And an open, permissionless blockchain is more secure than a private blockchain. Can anyone write to the blockchain? We'll discuss this when we talk about the second and third technologies that make Bitcoin a revolutionary advance: cryptography and the consensus mechanism called proof of work. Thanks for listening.